All right, Chiefs Kingdom, I need your help. You see, with the surrounding news of the Chiefs, I think we've lost sight of what's really at the heart of Chiefs Kingdom, and that's Chiefs fans. So I need your help to subscribe to the Chiefs Report and help out the Chiefs Kingdom grow and make sure that we're deep-rooted in the Kansas City roots. And I know you're going to enjoy today's show, and the best thing is when you subscribe, you're going to get a bunch of free awesome things with free content every day. Entertaining and informative videos. We're doing a watch party for every single Chiefs game, and on top of which, we're having live shows every single week where we're breaking down news and rumors, previews. We're talking to you. We're doing mailbags. We're doing every single thing. So make sure you subscribe today, and you're deep-rooted in the Chiefs Report content. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, again, this show, it's going to be a lot about Taylor Swift. I'm just going to preface that away, but I'm glad you chose to join us here on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am Chase Andrews, and the talk of this weekend was Taylor Swift. Now, the Chiefs did put up 41 points against the Bears. That was kind of expected, but everything got thrown out the window when Taylor Swift was seen in the Travis Kelce suite with Mama Kelce. And I'm just going to start with this. Listen, I know that some people don't like to talk about it. I know that some people don't like to think about that Taylor Swift is taking away from the game. I kind of agree, but at the same time, it's really helping out the Chiefs in terms of media, merchandise, everything. I mean, just this tweet alone. See, this came from David Rumsey, who said that data from Roku TVs, as the Chiefs and Bears game saw a 63% increase in female viewers at the age of 18 through 49 over the Chiefs versus Jags last weekend. And then with 10.2 million adults reached, that was 61% increase from the week before. Yes, I know it was a noon game with the Jaguars, but still, this is just 61 increase is a lot. And on top of which, you're getting almost 2 million extra households reached with this game. And on top of which, and I think this is the biggest number, 24.3 million viewers. It was America's most watched television event of the week. That's all you got to say. It was the most watched event because it brought two people together. It brought sports fans and it brought Taylor Swift fans, i.e. Swifties. And they kind of helped out not only the viewership, but the Chiefs and Travis Kelce. Now, the Swift effect is really real. The Chiefs versus the Bears, like I mentioned, was the #1 watched game among females aged 18 through 49. That's a lot of increase. On top of which, Travis Kelce gained 300,000 social media followers. 300,000. That is absolutely insane. That's incredible. 300,000 followers to a guy who is already a superstar in his own right. I just can't believe it. There's also an over 400% increase in merchandise sales for Kansas City Chiefs, along with Travis Kelce's jersey being top 5 in all NFL jersey sales. This is just wild. I don't get it. I knew that Taylor Swift was big. I always knew that. I'm not going to say a Swiftie. I've liked her music. I've seen what's going on with her life. And she's a big, big sensation across the globe. But this is just crazy. She shows up to one game, and all of a sudden, she's the talk of the town. She's the talk of the NFL, and she's helping out the Chiefs. She is. I think that's the thing that people lose sight of. Because, yes, is it kind of not fun to have Travis Kelce be the talk of the town because of Taylor Swift? Well, yeah. But also at the same time, is it good that this is bringing in more money? Is it good that this is bringing in a lot more in terms of basically viewership? I think that's the ultimate thing. Viewership. That people are choosing to watch the Chiefs because guess what? The Chiefs are the ones that are gaining from this. The Chiefs are the ones that are gaining from this. So I have to ask, are Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift dating? I have to. Like, the things aren't coinciding anymore. They aren't. They aren't. It's not coinciding anymore. I just don't get it. So they have to have some sort of relationship, right? If you think so, then type Y for yes. If you think no, then type N for no. Because it's kind of weird. They've kind of spoken out saying that they're just going to let how things go. But the facts don't lie. When you leave the stadium together, when she shows up and sits next to your mom in a booth, something's going on. Type Y for yes if you think Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are dating. Type in for no if you think, no, it's not happening. Let's kind of go into the timeline here. Now, I get it. It's not exactly a kind of straight line, but let's go through it. So on July 26th, Travis talked about Taylor Swift on his podcast with his brother, and it was more or less saying, I went to her concert, I tried to give her a friendship bracelet, because that was the whole thing with the Eras Tour, giving friendship bracelets, and she shut him down. She didn't allow him to do it. Well then, on September 12th, Travis and Taylor quietly hanging out. That was reported by The Messenger, and then from there, it kind of just took off. On September 17th, Kelce's blank space touchdown versus Jaguars. So until then, it was kind of going back and forth. We're like, do we test this? Do we not? I don't really know. Well, let's kind of dive into it because basically the guy said when they caught the touchdown, it was Ian Eagle saying, Kelce catches the touchdown. He finds a blank space in the end zone. Obvious nod to Taylor Swift. And then, of course, the most recent event, Taylor Swift showing up to Arrowhead Stadium. It's just absolutely wild how they've gone from just friends to her showing up to a game. It makes no sense. Okay, before we get into the more story of Taylor Swift, we got to talk about Prize Picks. Now, Prize Picks is a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. And how does it work, you ask? Well, you pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go more or less than their Prize Picks projections, you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry. Check it out at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks is the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America and is the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports. Players can choose from a vast selection of sports and stat types not offered anywhere else. They can even pick in-game projections based off a game, including halves, quarters, periods, and more. You can pick already after a game has started. And now with Thursday night football coming up, well, I have some of my picks of my own, and it's really easy to play. You just select 2 players, you pick more or less, and then you submit your picks. Here's what I have for Thursday night. I'm a more guy. I'm definitely a more guy. I'm always going with higher. And with that, I'm taking some hires on Jahmyr Gibbs and his rushing yards, Amon-Ra St. Brown his receiving yards, and Jordan Love and his passing yards because I'm looking for an offensive game this Thursday night between the Lions and the Packers. I like the more on all 3 of these guys. I think overall Amon-Ra, he's due for another 100-yard game. He has had back-to-back 102-yard performances. Jahmyr Gibbs could be the lead back with David Montgomery coming back from injury. And Jordan Love, I'm not going to lie, he's looked all right. 222.5 is pretty dang low for a guy like him. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. Shout out to Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. All right, let's kind of dive right back into this Taylor Swift drama now. I mentioned it. She was at Arrowhead on Sunday. And it was kind of obvious that players, that they just couldn't help but look. They just couldn't help. It was kind of funny. It was just kind of funny. This comes from just a couple of accounts. You have Taylor Swift. I love this picture because Travis has a smile from ear to ear. And of course, Patrick Mahomes is like, hey, it's Taylor Swift. It's just absolutely wild. There was trainers waving up at her. And then on top of that, by the end of the game, when things got out of hand, Travis was focusing on something else than the game, buddy. I can tell you that. I don't know what you're looking at here, but this is not a guy that is focused on the game. That is a guy who is focused on one thing, and it is Taylor Swift, and I don't blame him. At that point, it was 30-something to nothing, 30-something to 10. I don't really know. The game was already over, and guess what? He had done his job. He performed well for his girl. He did. He was the leading receiver for the Chiefs. He was. He did what he needed to do. He had time to go and look up at his girl. 8 targets, 7 receptions, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty nice. I like it a lot. I think he looked really good. And then here's the other thing. The Chiefs also performed well for Taylor Swift. Now, is it because she was in attendance? That's neither here nor there. But I have to say it. When she has been in Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs have scored 41 points. When she has not been in attendance at a Chiefs game, they have scored 37 points in 2 games. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to say she's a good luck charm, but that's just the facts. 1 game with her there, 41 points. 2 games without her there, 37 points. Obviously, first game you didn't have Kelce or Jones. Second game, you only scored 17 points, though. I'm all going to say that. That's what I'm going to say. What's next, though? What's next? I don't really know where to go from here because Kelce and Swift left Arrowhead Stadium together, and they went out to a restaurant after party. They went to a restaurant after party. I kind of alluded to this a minute ago, but Chiefs players were invited, and Travis Kelce took Taylor Swift to a restaurant, and then at the restaurant, it was reported that Taylor Swift bought the entire restaurant, everybody who was in there. She said, "I will pay for your meal, but you are leaving." That's what she said. She forced everybody to leave because she paid for all their meals, but then they all left, and it was a private party where Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift were there, some Chiefs players showed up, and I just, where does it go from here? Where does it go? But I do have one thing to say. Are you a Swiftie now? Like, are Chiefs Kingdom Swifties? Or better yet, are you a Swiftie watching this video, trying to learn about the Chiefs, trying to learn about football? And if you are, well, welcome to the Chiefs Report. Why not subscribe? But if you are, I want you to type me in the comments, and we're going to give you a warm welcome into Chiefs Kingdom. And if you're a new Swiftie, then type me as well, and we'll welcome you into the Swiftie community as well. So it's a fun time here at Chiefs Kingdom, and it's really, as much as you hate it, like it, love it, I don't care, it's making the Chiefs even more the epicenter of not only football, but the entirety of the NFL. The Chiefs, or rather the NFL, even changed their Twitter profile banner to Taylor Swift in the booth, and they said we are in our NFL era on their bio. I can't say much, but I can say this. Taylor Swift is making the Chiefs more popular than they already were, and I like that for the Chiefs Kingdom. That's all I can say. Make sure you are subscribed. I really appreciate all you watching today's video, and subscribe today, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Peace out.